Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Twem, and today I'm going to read your comments on IMDb about the movie Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets. Alright, as usual, I'm going to start from the most positive one, 10 out of 10. Peter Bowmans. He said, loved it. I'm a huge fan of The Fifth Element, and when I discovered this movie, I was very excited. He mentioned about this, he gave this comment in 2018. So it was not long after the release of the movie. Many fans actually compared this movie with The Fifth Element, maybe because the director was the same. And also, the DNA of these two movies was the same, we could say. Alright, the next comment 9 out of 10. I cannot even read the name of this guy. It looks again like a password instead of a name. JRWY something. So he or she said, beats Star Wars, The Last Jedi. Way better than the last Star Wars and most other sci-fi films. Because again, this guy gave this comment in the year 2018. Very imaginative plus a lot of fun and action. Contrary to a few other opinions, I thought the actors fit the roles and did a great job. All of the characters. Well, he mentioned about the other comments. The reason is that most of the comments were negative toward the actors. So we will talk about it more because for some of the actors I agree and for some of them I disagree. So we will talk about that. And he compared this movie with Star Wars. The director was not the same. The director of Star Wars, this one especially, if I'm not mistaken, George Lucas was the director. So maybe because of the topic of the movie, that's why he mentioned that about the genre and the theme. Maybe that was the reason. Okay, the next comment Winston Smith, 8 out of 10. Waited a long time to see this. Glad I did. He gave this comment in the year 2022. I heard that this wasn't a good movie, way back a few years, but I finally saw this and it's everything I could have hoped for. I actually liked the awkward and weird performances from the two leads. So many reviewers disagree, especially about the performances of the two leads. We will talk about that. Alright, next comment from Emiliano. When I read your name, I remember the series El Nombre del Amor automatically. Anyway, Emiliano gave 7 out of 10. He said, good, not great. The first thing I want to say about this movie is that the visuals are absolutely insane. It's really a joy to watch. The aliens are extremely well made, and the first scene is just gorgeous. I totally agree with Emiliano. The visuals, the visual effects, they were really great, especially in the year 2017. That was really advanced. And he mentioned about the first scene. Yes, first scene was really something. Okay, next comment about XOO. 6 out of 10. Entertaining movie, bad casting. I like the movie and all the visual effects. Storyline is good, but not that amazing. The reason why this movie is not that good and many people didn't enjoy it is the very bad cast. Cara Delevingne and Dane as the main characters were completely wrong here. Many reviewers mentioned that. I agree with Dane, about Dane, but not Cara. I think Cara did a good job. Cara is not just a good model. She showed that she could be a good actress as well, especially in comedy genre. So I have to disagree about Cara, but with Dane, yes, I think he's a good actor, but he was not suitable for this role. The character is supposed to be a badass, and just look at him. And does he look like one or not? All right, next comment from Trackers 5 out of 10. This should have been great. So, what he means is that it's not good. Fun concepts ruined by zero chemistry between the two leads. Poor acting, especially from Kara. Lacks the great humor of the Fifth Element too. So again, this guy compared this movie with Fifth Element, which was released 10 years before that. Of course, the visual effects improved a lot in this movie, but when we talk about humor, I actually disagree. I like the humor in both movies, and as I mentioned, I like the performance of Kara, but not the main actor, Dane. Next comment from Dissident 320. 4 out of 10. Beautiful to look at, but nothing more. It has an interesting opening where you see the world progress in the space program and go on to meet beings from other planets. But after that, we are awkwardly introduced to the heroes of this movie, and it's a bumpy ride after that. Yeah, he was pretty cruel to the movie, but we get it. You know, it's not far from truth. Like, you cannot possibly compare the first part of movie to the rest of it. And when you choose, for example, the main actor as Dane, it became automatically like a teenage movie instead of something great. So yes, it was a choice they made, and not so many people agree with that, and their outcome was shown based on the budget they spent and what they got. So we get that. So this guy also gave positive comments about how they illustrated the aliens in this movie. Also, I should mention the performance of Sasha. Sasha was a great in this movie, and that was the first time I got introduced even to this actress. So when someone says all the actors were good and or all of them were bad, I don't know. Some of them were good, some of them were not that good. So I don't see that in black and white. I think, for example, Sasha was great. Next comment from J Rod. 3 out of 10. Poor casting. Good storyline and animation sadly ruined by poor casting of the male lead. You see, this guy agree with me about the male lead. Very, very bad, ruined the whole movie. So he really hated that. Really enjoy Rihanna's performance and all other casting. Female lead role was great, but zero chemistry with the male lead, which made the romantic plot unbelievable and disappointing. So maybe Gerard could choose another title for his comment. When you say poor casting, it doesn't reflect what you mentioned after that. When I read that first time, I thought, okay, you hated all the cast, but you mentioned especially about the male lead, which I totally agree with you. So this comment actually was in line with what I think, and I think 3 out of 10 was a bit cruel though. Next comment from Sasquatch, interesting username. 2 out of 10. Awful movie. Don't waste your money. Seriously, one of the worst written and acted movies I've seen. Should have left and asked for my money back. Oh my god, he really hated this movie. So, next comment. 1 out of 10. This is the most negative comment I'm going to read for you today from Michael. Unfortunately, very disappointing. I'm a big fan of sci fi and I love a good big budget movie. But unfortunately, I was very disappointed with this film. So the comment actually was not that much cruel like the previous one, but the rating 1 out of 10, it means that he really hated this movie. So, guys, what do you think about this movie? It's been a while it was released. It was released in 2017, but still it's fun to talk about it. There were talks about making sequel like Valerian 2 and Valerian 3, and when I checked the script, I'm not sure that it was a good idea or not, because there could be more action if they wanted to make them, because we would have more war scenes, and it will be more like Star Wars suddenly. And I don't know, I'm not sure if they could make a good one out of it or not. Recently we talked about Megan movie and why Megan 2 was not as good as the first one, and making it like an action movie, it will show that there are not enough story to tell. So maybe that's the same problem we could see in Valerian 2 and 3. But as I understood, the main problem was budget, not because of story or something like that. In general, I really enjoyed watching this movie, but it was a good example to show that casting is so important in a movie. And based on what was reflected on your comments, the main male lead actor was not suitable for his role. And as you can see, even one mistake in one role can ruin the whole movie. So it was a perfect example for that. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like to see similar videos about your favorite movies, please let me know in the comment section down below. See you guys.